Guys, I've made a mistake. I'm only joking. Okay, maybe I'm not joking. And this video is kind of unplanned, but also planned. None of it's making sense right now. I'll leave that for later. Let's talk about my 2022 BMW X3M. What a car. Honestly, what a car. And you're probably thinking, why have I said I've made a mistake? This car is very expensive, right? So let's just get into a couple of the points. The first couple of weeks I owned this car, I done 3 tires. I think that came to around £1,400, if I'm not wrong, because they're like 21 something size. Like basically you can't get them on normal cars, so I had to order them in. Another thing, whilst I'm by the rear of the car, it drinks fuel. I get it. I bought an M car. I'm so proud of myself. I worked hard. It's sick. It's loud. I drive it in sport all the time. But to daily drive a car that I have to literally spend £90 to get about 300 miles and I'm filling up 3 times a week, we'll put the monthly figure on the screen right now. Around that. Not always, but it's a lot of money, right? It's miles per gallon, as they say. The car, as I said, sounds absolutely epic. Sound clipping. Going back to the cost of things, or staying on that topic, shall I say, the windscreen. I had a really big crack in the windscreen turn up out of nowhere when I was driving one day. It was about 35 degrees. It obviously had a tiny little crack and it just spread. That took 3 weeks to get over here from BMW Germany and cost me £900. £900 for a windscreen. Having cars like this is so good and you don't see many of them. But then when you don't see many of them, that means things are hard to get. One thing I should have done before buying this car is actually see what you can do to them. As you guys know from my previous build, I went above and beyond, absolutely mental, and I sent that car to the moon and it was ridiculous. But this car, there is not much you can do to them, and everything I've done to an extent I've done, if that makes sense. So obviously the carbon wing mirrors, bit of carbon on the top, it came with these badges. I've done like magna plates on the front, spaced out the wheels, exhaust, bit of carbon on the inside. If I want to start adding a splitter and a rear diffuser, the cheapest I can find is £1,000, right? But if I want to stick to the carbon theme, because obviously the rest of the car has got a bit of carbon on it, I'm looking at like £6,000 or £7,000 to modify my car. Some things I would say that I love about the car: the colour, absolutely insane.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
The road presence when you're driving in front of this car and you look behind it with these lights, absolutely ridiculous. Like it's a tank. But again, another reason why I'm not sure. It is so big for a daily. And I've said in videos before on Instagram and TikTok, it's the perfect daily. And it actually is. If I think about it, I can't really think of anything that tops this. It goes over every bump, it's comfy. You have the biggest boot that I'll show you in a minute. Like you can fit 3 of your nans in there, but it's almost too big.
That's what she said.
You got to think, it's me, Lolly and the dog. And we go on a couple of holidays a year. And when I had my old BMW, we went on some holidays and I just put down the seats and threw the stuff in the back. So I'm like, do I warrant this much space? There's a lot of things going on in my head. I don't know, guys. I'm very torn, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna head in the car. I'll explain a bit further my thought process and kind of explain, or try and explain, what I'm thinking with this, because I did say I want to keep this car for at least a year and it's coming up to 10 months. So I've done well, but could things change?
I feel like Kobe 24, you know I had to ice my wrist. I've been balling since a young, you know I had to stack my chips. Bending corners, 12 personas, know we had to take the risk. You want a spot, then take a shot, don't give up.
So, as I said, guys, you will join me in the car, and that is obviously where we are. So, let's just talk about this car a bit more and where this thought process has come from and what I'm actually, I don't know, going on about, because some of you might think this is a surprise, because obviously I've come on here and I've made videos and I've said this is the perfect daily, and as I've said, I think it is either the perfect daily or very much up there. So it's one of the best cars I've ever driven, but it's not as fun as a daily should be for me. It's a lot of money, like, for a car, and as I said, to mod it, it's a lot of money, and to get tires for it's a lot of money, and the fuel's a lot of money. And I'm like, am I really getting the most out of the money, if that makes sense? Whereas I feel like I could jump into something else and save money on insurance and fuel and this and that and build a car that's cool again. That's basically where my thought process is. But with this car, it is an amazing car. It really is. And it's just like a wafting chill boat, but that's not me. I should have done a bit more research. I should have kind of looked into a little few more things, but I do really like the car. I do. But I want to say, I didn't think I'd be making this video really, but I've had some offers and I've had some chats with some people, and I could be doing something, or I think I will be doing something really, really cool to the next car. I think I am selling it. And I'm saying I think because it's not sold. I'm going to be honest, right? I will be getting a car that ever since I sold it, I've thought about getting it again. And I'm not going to say what car, because obviously you guys know I've had a lot of cars. I just want you to think and maybe look back at videos that I say I've missed cars, but I'm going to be getting a car that I'm very familiar with. Won't be exactly the same. It's going to be something pretty mental. And that's what makes me excited. Like, there is a lot of space in this car. It's so good, but I don't really warrant the space. But as I said, for the money side of things, and people did say that to me before when getting this car, they were like, for that money, could you not jump into something else or whatever? And I could have, but the car I wanted to tick off the list, always wanted an M car. I'm a BMW fan.
Oh, friend!
And I've managed to tick that off, and I'm so proud of myself and so happy. But now I'm also like, it's not that I've done it, because I know there's other M cars I could go to and stuff. It is a really tricky one without giving too much away. But the car is great. It's so much fun. It should never move as fast as it does, but there's just things that like annoy me. Like, because it's a car you don't get very often, I had to take it to BMW the other day. My parking sensors weren't working. They were absolutely pulling themselves. I don't know why. I got there. I think the bill was like £700 for one parking sensor, but because they have to get one in and then they have to code it to the car and all stuff like that, because obviously all the electronics, it was like £700. I'd got tracking done with that as well, so it wasn't just, it was like £400, but by the time I got the tracking done and this, and they changed whatever, it's like £700, and it's like, this is a lot of money. And I'm not saying this to like flex on anyone or anything like that. I don't want to be paying this. I don't have that sort of money to be spending on that.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like the stuff, it's the real world stuff that comes with these cars. People say you get a thing called M tax with these cars, and it's because it's what it is, everything's more expensive. And I believe that. I've owned one now. I 100% believe that. Like, they bump up the tire price, they bump up this, like, and it's what's even worse on this car is because of the windscreen is so different and unique, because obviously you don't get these cars often. They have to order it in from Germany, and then they slap you with like 700 quid and blah, blah, blah. But I love this car, and I'm not moaning. This is a video of me being completely honest, completely real, completely transparent right now. And I'm making this video because I have been thinking about this, and it's like I go on my phone and a memory will come up, and it's like how many years ago today, and there is one car in particular I'm like, I need that, and I sold it too soon. And again, I'm keeping it broad.
You teasing me, you naughty naughty.
Because you could be like, oh, it's this car, but trust me guys, every car I keep for about 8 months and I get rid of it. So every car really is technically too soon, but I just jump in, jump out. But this car, I'm like, I want another slice of it. There's something in me that just misses the car. It did everything for me, and it was actually my fault that I got rid of it so soon, and it was down to me, and that won't happen again.
Why the you lying?
But it's a great car, and if I had endless money, I'd probably keep this and get something a bit more sporty and still drive this around, and probably save a bit of money on fuel because you wouldn't drive it as hard. But this is obviously everything in one, which is great. But then also, like, I've got the little Fiat that obviously I surprised Lolly with, and with the next car I'm getting, if I needed to like save for fuel, which I actually do want to save money on fuel, I could just jump in the Fiat when I'm going to the gym or when I'm nipping back to mum and dad's. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like I'd have to drive that all the time. And I know I could do that with this, but then also, like, this is an expensive car, so I want to get the most out of it. There's a lot of pros and cons to this decision that I want to do, but that's all where my head's at. Yeah, I think it just comes down to like the general maintenance of a car like this, and like how much it costs to run in general. Like, it just is, it's a lot. So what's your verdict, guys? I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a serious video, but it's all right. Like, sometimes we got to get down to business, and I think my mind is set. As I said, I've had some really exciting phone calls. I feel like I've just got to full send it with the thing I want to do. Life's too short, but it's not like, I'm not sitting here, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going, oh my God, I'm going to get a Lamborghini. One, I don't have the money for that. Two, it would be a dream and still is a dream, but it's not practical. I need something that I can daily drive. It was my choice to get this car, and I'm not complaining that it is expensive. I am complaining, but I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Because I know what I've done. I know what car I've bought. But yeah, what's your verdict? Please let me know in the comments below. Like, what car would you guys like to see? What car do you think I'm talking about that I've previously owned that I might be thinking of getting again? Like, let me know in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, please like, comment, subscribe, because I know a lot of you people who are watching aren't subscribed. That's very, very cheeky. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.